When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
All right, welcome back to the Elias Makos Show. Let's take a look at some recent polling here on the Premier of Quebec, François Legault. Recent Pallas Data survey revealing that 52% of Quebecers believe that François Legault should resign rather than seek a third term. What are Quebecers saying right now? Let's find out a little bit more. Dr. Joseph Angolano joins us, founder and CEO of Pallas Data. Hi, Dr. Angolano. Joseph, welcome to the program.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Now, do you say data or data? What do you say?
I say data.
Data.
But data's acceptable, I think.
Okay, data.
Right?
Data. Which one was the guy on Star Trek? It's data? Is it data? I don't know. Okay.
I'm a Star Wars guy. I don't know.
Anyways, if I go back and forth between the data and the data, it's because I don't know which one to say. But let's look into the Pallas Data survey poll. What do you call it? A survey or a poll? Here's another question.
I call it a survey.
Survey. Fantastic.
Right,
So
yeah.
this survey of Quebecers, what did it tell you?
So it's released in two parts. We're going to have provincial intentions out tomorrow, but we decided to finally ask whether it's what do Quebecers think? Should Premier Legault resign or go for a third mandate in 2026? And the answer is no. 53% thought that he should resign as leader of the CAC before the next elections, and 33% thought he should go for a third mandate, and 15% said they were undecided. Also asked about whether they were satisfied with the Premier's performance, and it's again a majority of Quebecers say they're at least somewhat unsatisfied. It's about 63% total said that they were unsatisfied, with 39% saying they were very unsatisfied. Only total 20 said that they were at least somewhat satisfied with the Premier's performance. So it started off as the winter of discontent last year, and it's just not ending for the Premier, it looks like. That's true. It has been a difficult year for the Premier. Now, let me ask you this. As I look at the demographic breakdowns, it certainly seems to me like it doesn't matter if you look at different ages, man versus woman, different regions of Quebec, Franco, non-Franco. There is slight differences, but it almost seems like this is a broad consensus in Quebec on how Quebecers feel about the Premier. When you look at the data, what do you see? Yeah, that's exactly right. The only people who are satisfied with the Premier are the people who say that they're going to vote for the CAC. No surprise. But that's 100% right. I mean, it's just get to the resignation part. It's non-Francophones think he should resign. Francophones think he should resign. I mean, 10% more non-Francophones say he should resign, but still 50% of Francophones think he should go. Regionally, bad. The only place where it's under 50%, and it's just under 50%, 49.3%, call that 49, is the island of Montreal. Huh. Other age groups, all the same. Women, again, they barely clip under the 50% mark at 49%. It's just all across the board. This happens to governments. This happens to premiers, especially after their second term. What is just remarkable is just how, my poll was the first to catch it, right? My firm was first to catch the Parti Québécois taking the lead. What's so surprising is just how sudden that reversal was, right? How the CAC just were so strong, and then all of a sudden they just have completely fallen. So we'll see. It could get worse. The Liberals will be electing a new leader in May of next year, I believe. It could get a lot worse for the CAC. It could just get. There's no signs that this could stop.
All right, I want to talk about one point here. We're with Dr. Joseph Angolano, founder and CEO of Pallas Data. They just did a survey of Quebecers about their thoughts on Premier Legault, and as Joseph mentioned to us, there's going to be more from that survey coming out on voter intentions coming out shortly. Now, let me ask you this. It seems like it's not all political leaders in this country that are facing similar pressures. Now, of course, you look at Justin Trudeau, a lot of pressure on him to go. Legault, obviously, you've just made the case. But then I look at Doug Ford in Ontario. I look at Tim Houston in Nova Scotia. It certainly seems like some politicians in this country are not having a tough time getting reelected multiple times, and the polls look good for them. What do you think explains that disparity? Because it's not all every politician must go. It seems like it depends.
It's a great question. Tim Houston basically has been governing that province, Nova Scotia. Progressive conservative, but really it comes across as the old progressive conservatives in the lines of the Brian Mulrooney's and the Joe Clarks going back. Doug Ford, his personal satisfaction numbers are not great. When I poll Ontario, he doesn't do that well, but he does. But elections are about choosing. So when given the choice, you ask Ontarians, who'd you rather vote for? A guy that they don't like, but okay, we know we kind of trust them, versus two entities, and the Liberals and the NDP, that we don't believe in, that we don't have any knowledge about and trust about. They're going to pick the devil you know than the devil you don't know. We also have to throw in, not to make it sound that's all wonderful for Conservatives, David Eby in British Columbia, NDP, he won re-election. Barely, but he did win re-election.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sometimes incumbents are able to do well, right? Not true with Kamala Harris, obviously. Justin Trudeau, as bad as these numbers are for the Premier, if I were to ask this question federally, it would be far, far worse for Justin Trudeau, right? He hasn't, in that sense, he hasn't touched the bottom yet, but this is kind of what happens when you spend your political capital. On top of that, in Quebec, there are viable alternatives. The CAQ are not. We have to remember this. They're not a party with the deep history like the Peckists and the Liberals have, right? They were meant to they represented that shift away to a new dynamic in Quebec politics. So when they cease becoming popular, there are established brands for Quebecers to go back to. And this is why we're seeing the PQ doing very well.
Dr. Angolano, Joseph, thanks so much for coming on the program today. Looking forward to seeing the voter intentions when they come out. Thanks so much.